So I decided to make like a makeup organizer box. And see my new Keroppi mat? So cute. Took me forever to get it in, but I'm really glad that I have a backup because my Hello Kitty one was getting pretty dirty with glue. I need to wipe it down pretty good. So I decided I'm going to use the Skull Panda, the Warm SP, one of the Warm SPs. I've been wanting to use these for a while. It took me a minute to get my 10 cm in. Originally, I was going to make a pretty cool box that like stood up and then the doors opened from the front and it had a drawer on it, but I just think that's just a little bit too intricate for this one, and I just don't think I'm gonna have enough acrylics for it. So I kind of want to do like a makeup organizer, and this has been one of my favorite SPs. I really enjoy working with the SP designs. They're so cute. So that's what I'm gonna do. So these are 5s, and then I also received a couple of the 10 cms as well. And I got my new bottle of glue out because my precision tip bottle is like almost empty. Okay. And then here's the 10 cms. Now the 10 cms has this like cool laser effect design on it. The 5 cms do not have it, but I was like, whatever, it's fine. So these are super cute. I love it. That was cute. So yeah, that's what I plan on doing. I think a makeup organizer type box would be, you know, a pretty good box to make, really popular. I'm just trying to think of kind of how big I want to do it because I have a good amount to work with. So I'm going to kind of get that all planned out, map out my design, and then I will show you exactly what I'm going to do. Because I think with the 10 cm, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. I only have 10 of them, and this, I just don't think it'll be big enough for that box I really wanted to do with it, because I would need the back, the 2 sides, a bottom, a top, yeah. And then I was going to put like a little shelving unit on the inside. I mean, I could make it a little bit more narrow, not as wide, but I think a cool little makeup organizer would work amazingly. It's going to kind of like work as the desk organizers work. It's just not going to be as high. And of course, there's going to be like more little cubbies, you know, for brushes and little bottles and stuff like that. So, all right, I'm going to get that planned out and then I'll show you what I'm going to do. All right, so far, this is what I've mapped out for the bottom. I've done 2 of the 10 cms. And then let's see, 6, 7, 8, 10 of the 5 cms. And then what I'm also thinking is I kind of want to do 2 drawers, just small ones. And then I'm thinking about on the back side back here, not probably using the 10 cms, but I want to make little cubbies in the back area. So I think I'm going to take the 5 cms and make like a row, you know, all the way in the back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So probably a row of 6 of them. And then I'll put some, you know, in between for like makeup brushes, eyeliners, any type of, you know, pencils and stuff like that. And then up here, I'm just going to do like probably 2 drawers that only have like 4 pieces of the 5 centimeters together. That way you can fit little things in the drawers. And then I thought it would also be pretty cool like on this side to make like a cubby that has like a lid that opens up, like a little box. So I'm gonna start working on that first. I'm gonna get the drawers glued together. So I'm gonna pick out the pieces for the drawers, because I'm pretty sure with all of these I will definitely have enough. So I'm gonna get those done, and then if I do end up making this any bigger, I'm not gonna go too much bigger. I may just end up doing maybe another row of the 5 centimeters in front of it. I don't want it too wide, but I think this might work okay. But again, I want to make sure there's enough room for everything that is needed. Because just thinking about all of the makeup brushes I have, I mean, it would take up, you know, a pretty good amount. And I know a lot of people have a good amount of makeup brushes. So I figured that would be cool in the back area, but then that would only leave me with this much left over to work at to put a couple of drawers and like a cubby. So I think I might end up adding another row in the front. Okay, let me get the drawer pieces planned out so I can get those glued. All right, so far I have this kind of laid out. I was pretty much thinking that I could do just one drawer over here. And then, of course, the top part of the drawer, there'll end up being kind of like a shelf in a way, because I have to put a top on the drawers. So, more than likely, let me just lay one down. Hold on. So, I'll probably use, I really like this design, because I did a 10 centimeter and then 2 5s at the end of it. So, I'll have to do this. And then let's just throw on 2 more of those. For that's the top of the drawer. So now I have 3 of these left. And then a couple of the 5 centimeters. So basically, this is going to be the back panel. So these that I set on here are going to come up like this right behind the drawer. And I'm going to do 4. 1, 2, yeah, to here. Because then right here, I wanted to do like a cubby. Because the very back wall, I'm going to have 3 of the 10 cms on the back coming up like this. You know, along the whole back. So then there's going to be a back wall here for a cubby. And then I was just going to do another 10 cm on the side over here. And then probably do 4 of the 5 cms right over in the front. Because this is going to be the side panel. I'm going to do a row of 2, another row of 2, and then 1 and 1. And that's going to be the side. So that'll take up this area right here. And then there'll be the cubby back here, and I'm going to put some acrylics in between, you know, for makeup brushes. Drawers for all of the other little products, a cubby for other stuff, and then I'm going to basically have kind of like almost an L shape left over. So I was thinking about doing like a couple of the 5 cms and just kind of, I don't know, making like a little area to put more stuff, because I'm just thinking of all of the makeup that I have. You know, I have a lot. I used to love BoxyCharm, so I have a lot of stuff. I'm thinking of like foundations, concealers, you know, blushes, highlighters, all of the palettes, which you're not going to be able to really fit too many palettes in here. So that's kind of like what I'm going with. It's such a pretty design. I love it. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm not sure if I should, because right here is going to have, you know, the wall coming up to the cubby. So I'm wondering, I don't know if I should leave this open or if I should still block off some, you know, of the area, because I still want to leave enough room in case you need to, you know, set something down on it or whatever, you know. So that's what I'm kind of going to go with. So I'm going to kind of cross my fingers and make sure that this is going to look how I want it to look, because I really love this design so much that it's taken me a while to actually use it, because I really wanted something awesome, you know, to be built with it. So that's what I'm going to go with. I think for right now, I'm going to work on getting the bottom part done. And I also decided to extend the bottom by 1 row. So I did add another row of the 5 centimeters. Let me get all of these picked up really quick. There's so many pieces over here because I laid out the whole drawer just to make sure I knew how many pieces I was going to use. Okay, let's get the big stack back here. And oh my god, it was so cute. So a while ago, I got one of the little Skull Panda like figures in one of my boxes as a freebie. And I almost threw it away because I'm like, what am I going to do with that? You know, because this is before I really got into Skull Panda. Well, then I found this one in my design, right? And I almost threw it away, but my husband was like, what are you doing? So he took it out, and look, it's the same design as what's on the acrylic. So I was like, oh my god, go figure. So I was super excited to see this one in the mix. So I definitely want to put this in an area on here where it's actually going to stand out and you can see it. Okay, so then bottom of the drawer over here, and then the cubby. Now, of course, you can do the same thing with 8 and 4 CMs. It'll, of course, just be a little bit, you know, smaller than the 10s and the 5s, obviously, but you can do the exact same design that I'm doing. But this is what the bottom part was looking like after adding in this extra. I think, you know, it is still kind of big, but I think it's still a good size, because this is pretty much about what the base is for my one-piece desk organizer that I still need to finish making, but I like it. So I'm gonna start getting this glued together. I'm gonna use the rest of the glue that was in my precision tip, and then I'm gonna have to get it changed out. So all right, I'll be back after I get this glued and it's somewhat dry. Okay, so I just got the bottom part glued together, and it's pretty much a 30 centimeter. I just kind of realized that because I have 1, 2, 3, 10 cm. So it's a 30 centimeter for the bottom, just so you are aware. I think now what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to glue the back panel. That's going to go back here. And since I'm going to do a little cubby over here, I'm going to do 4 of the 5 CMs. And then I'm also going to make a 10 centimeter panel out of the 5 CMs too for the front of this as well. So I'm going to get that together now. All right, so I just got some pieces moved out the way to finish drying, and now I'm going to get the drawer going. So we're going to have, let's see, we're going to have one, this is going to be bottom of drawer, let's see. I think I'm going to do, oh boy. I'm going to do that one for the bottom. And then we're going to need 2 pieces to go on the back. We're going to need 4 pieces for each side. Oh, sorry, 3 pieces. I can't count. Okay. And then 2 pieces for the back, 2 pieces for the front. I kind of like this taxi one's cute. And then I wanted the one that I have. Okay, there we go. And then we'll do, that's pretty. Man, it's really hard to choose. Gosh, they're all so cute. Okay. Okay, so for doing the drawer, we're going to basically take a 10 cm or 4 or 5 cms and then add another 2. So it's going to be either 6 5 cms altogether or 1 10 2 5s. We're going to need 2 pieces for the back panel, 2 pieces for the front, and then of course 3 pieces for the side. Now, once we get the drawer glued together, just remember your side panels need to go on top of the acrylics. Your back and your front panels are going to be glued on the sides because you need that extra room for the drawer to come in and out. Because once we build the side wall, that's going to go on the side of the, the bottom piece of the acrylic. So that way we get everything, as big as we can so that drawer can be moving in and out just fine. Alrighty, so now we got to get these all glued together. Man, I was just totally thinking too, like, I really like this design a lot. And I'm really, really hoping that, like, I can get more. Because if I do end up deciding to actually sell this piece, I'm going to want to make another one. So I might be on the lookout to find more of this Skull Panda Warm SP with the white framed one, because the other Warm SP one I have is kind of like a see-through like color. It's just so pretty, but there's not, the characters are more of a, it's all like neutral toned, I guess. Okay, so we'll glue. I'm okay with these for the bottom. Okay. So if you have seen any place that sells these white framed Warm SP acrylics, let me know. I did get my 10 cm from Peachy on TikTok, and then the 5 cms I got from Befriend or whatever. I have noticed that they do charge a little bit more, for a wholesale bag of acrylics than most places. But at the time I couldn't find them. And Peachy made a really cool box that I originally wanted to make that had the drawers that, open from the front. The doors, I should say. It was such a cute design. But she had to change her page, and all of the videos from the old page didn't get moved over, and then she deleted her old page, so now I can't access the video anymore. And I vaguely remember how she did it, but I think the doors open from the front. There was a shelf on the inside. I believe she had like a fatter, drawer to pull out on the bottom. It was really cute. Okay, got that done. And then I do have a spinner that's on the way, an acrylic spinner. It was like, I think it was like $2.50 just for one piece. So I decided to buy just one because I wanted to kind of see how it works. So I'm excited to try that out. And then I'm also ordering these clear strips. So when you are doing, like, let's say you do a box that has like 3 drawers on the top, 3 drawers in the middle, 3 drawers on the bottom, these clear strips can help you separate those gaps, in the drawer so they're not like hitting each other too much. And then I am also buying these pieces that you use to make your doors slide. Like the track, the doors will slide back and forth. I'm really, really excited for those. I actually got to check with the seller and see if they've come in stock yet, because they were out of stock like a couple of days ago. Because I have not seen those tracks, like, anywhere but the place I found them. And I thought it would be so cool to have doors that just slide, you know, open and shut. That would be awesome. I don't know exactly how much they are yet, but I'm still gonna get them regardless. Okay, scope. I always make sure everything was glued right. Because I've glued some things backwards and it wasn't fun to fix it. Even though I don't mind, you know, tearing apart some acrylics and having to fix stuff, it's still a pain in the butt to scrape all of that glue off and then hope that you don't scratch acrylics if you have the film removed. So now I've been trying to like triple, quadruple check things before I glue them. And I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do another drawer, because I was thinking if I did two, I'm going to have to create another piece for the little shelf unit that goes above the first drawer, and then this other piece for the bottom of the second drawer, and then another piece for the top. So I'm like, I don't know. I might have enough, but I'm just not sure yet. It all depends on how many acrylics I have left over when I'm done mapping everything out that I want to do on this one, to see if I might have any left over to make like another smaller type box, you know, because I don't want to use it all on just one design if I possibly will have enough to create another box on top of it. Okay, so I'm going to let this start drying a little bit before I even glue this drawer together. I'm really glad I made it this size. Now, the next part I wanted to do was create the 10 centimeter panel that's going to go in the front part of that cubby on the right side. I'm trying to look, so I haven't used that one yet. And I keep trying to look at the big 30 cm that I glued together, because I really try as hard as I can to not repeat my designs. I'm weird like that. So this one I know I had. Okay, it's right there. That's going to be on the front panel. This one I don't remember. This one I do have on the bottom there. I'll double check that one. Oh, that's cute. Okay. And I love this one a lot. Is that lipstick? It looks like she's putting lipstick on. How perfect is that? All right. Okay, so this will be the panel for the front of that cubby. I'm quite surprised I haven't had to open up my other bottle of glue yet. It's amazing how much glue is left over in these bottles. I can't believe tomorrow is New Year's Eve already. It's so crazy to think that it's almost 2024. This year has gone by so fast. Because I first started getting into the whole TikTok online shopping probably in March of 2023. And I basically started in the DIY JoJo live, where they were selling a bunch of different like charm mixes, you know, for fingernails and stuff like that. And I was like, oh my god, okay, this is kind of cool. Didn't get too addicted to it. I mean, I did buy, you know, a couple of mixes, and then all of a sudden I start finding more lives, and it's all about beads and making beadable pens and keychains and that whole world. And I had no idea what acrylics were, and I think I bought my first bag, which was the bag I made for this phone charging holder box thing. That was my first bag of acrylics I bought. And I think I bought those in like, my goodness, July? June or July, somewhere around there. And now I'm just hooked. Like, acrylics is all I want to do. I've sold a lot of my beads and stuff like that, but man, I have so many. But I can't just keep making boxes, you know. I'm going to be running out of room for them, so I need to start making more of my beaded stuff because I'm trying to get ready for the craft fairs coming up in the springtime. I know a lot of people, especially, I'm in Washington State, I'm in Spokane, Washington, so it's not like a lot of people are familiar with acrylic boxes. I mean, even in the United States alone, unless you're a crafter and you know about acrylics, you really don't know what they are. Okay, this one's straight now. Okay. All right, gonna let this all dry, and then I think I'm gonna start getting this together when it's done. All right, so I got the drawer done, and I think it looks super cute, this size. Oops, sorry. Super cute. And I think it's, like, perfect for this. Not too wide. I feel like if I usually go a lot wider with the drawers, that's when I start having issues. So I think this is a really good size for it. Perfect for a couple of things. I'm wondering if I can make another one, but I'm not going to do that until I start getting more of everything put together. So I'm going to let this dry for a little bit, and then I'm going to start getting probably the side wall on the left side of the bottom so I can get things attached for this, just so that way I know if I need to just create the final piece to go, you know, over the top of it. Because probably what I would do, let's see, so that's a 10. I think if this might be dry enough to pick up. Yeah, because since I have the the drawer going, even just the 5s are a little bit too short. But it's all right. What I was also thinking about doing was just creating kind of like a shelf type thing, which is what I did on my designer box for me. I had, like, of course, the sidewall over here. So let me just do it this way so you can see it. So we'll have the sidewall over here, and then we'll have one coming up here. So that way there's a little room as a shelf, you know, on top of the drawer to put stuff. But that way I can control how high I put it, so that way there's not too much of a gap over the drawer. So that's probably what I would do to give it another spot for a shelf. Because I think if I were to do another drawer, let me see here, I would then have to do probably like 5 centimeters on top of this wall, because this one will go up a little like that. So yeah, we'll see if we have enough room. Not too worried about it now. At least I have one made. Okay. All right. I'm going to let that dry a little bit, and then we'll start getting the other pieces put onto the bottom part. Okay, so what I also am going to do is on the side of the bottom where I'm doing like the cubby area, I'm going to get the 10 centimeter panel ready for the very side, because I have the back panel and then we'll do a side that's the 10. This will be the front, and then I need that other side, because I'm going to basically go like this, and then I'll have like 2 more coming down for the sides, so that'll work out perfect. Okay, everything facing right? Yep, okay. All right. Oop. Gotta start squeezing harder. You know, I really wish more places sold the 5 and the 10 cms. I really enjoy working with 5 and 10s. It's usually just like the smaller channels, you know, that sell them. I've never seen, I mean, I've had one person sell a bag of 10 cms, you know, that was one of my one-piece designs, and they normally only have like 8s and 4s, so I was quite surprised, but it's not, you know, it's not very popular to find these sizes. Okay. Alright, so I'll let this one dry a little bit, and then I think that's going to be the first thing I get attached to the bottom piece is going to be this cubby. And then I think what I'm also going to do, I've been kind of going back and forth on the left side where I'm going to have the drawer on how I want to do that side panel. Because, of course, it's going to be a different design from what I do on the right side. Because if I do 10 cm on the back to match the 10 cm on the right, there's no way I can just do 5 cm. So I think I'm going to have to do 2 of the 10 cms on the left side. Well, 3 actually. And then the right side. I just didn't want it to be like the whole thing look like a deep, you know, box type thing. I wanted it to be more of like a makeup type organizer tray thing. Or I guess people can use it as a desk organizer too. It's just a different design from what I usually do for desk organizers. But, you know, you could do it either way. So I'm going to put the drawer, let me see, I'm running out of spots for things to dry. Because I was so smart and I tore apart one of my Dora boxes. And I made it into like a transformer box, but that's drying. Okay, it's fine. We'll figure it out. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get the big 30 cm back over here so that way I can start getting some of this stuff on there. Okay, and then typically when I start getting more stuff glued on, I can kind of start visually, you know, seeing it come together a lot better. Okay, that's the one I just did. All right. Okay, so this part is what's going to come back here. So, I don't know. It's going to look weird, though, if I do... No, it won't. I'm overthinking. I'm overthinking too much. So, I'll have this back here. And I'm going to have this come up on the side. I wish I could get it to stand better. Stay. Okay, and this piece will come back here. Okay, that'll be like a deeper cubby, like cubby for brushes. Ooh, ooh, I know. There we go. We'll just surround it with other acrylics for support. Okay, now the drawer. So if this gets glued on here, gosh darn it. We'll add more. Okay. It's fine. Okay. So this one will come about right here. And then the drawer will come about right here. Because the drawers always hang a little bit over the edge. I mean, I could push it back a little. If I have it sitting right on it properly, I could do it right there. Okay. And then I would do another 10 cm right here. See, and then we're going to have 10 cms coming all the way to the back. And then here, and then I'm going to have 1 and 1. And this will be like the box. And then I'll do like, I don't know, I haven't decided. Maybe I'll do a bigger one here and then put another acrylic in between here. So I have like a big cubby here, smaller maybe. So that'll come like that. That'll be the box with the lid. But then over here, I'm going to have to end up on the side part doing 10 cms over here. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. But at the same time, when I come in, it'll be another little shelf. And then I can always put like a 5 cm on top of the back maybe to kind of block it off, you know? Because if brushes go back here, those will be kind of long, you know? Okay. I mean, it's a little bit, you know, taller than I kind of wanted from the very beginning, but I really want this drawer in here, so I'm not going to budge with that. So let me actually grab some brushes. Okay, so if I get the 10 cm. Yeah, that'll still work good. See, and that's all within a 5 cm square. And I'll still have room for more brushes, so maybe I'll do 3 little cubbies back here, so that way nothing's falling over to the side. So yeah, I'll do 3 back there. Okay, that's why I like using stuff to measure for the products that I want to go inside of it. All right, so I'm going to start getting that added on here. Drawer to dry. Let's see. I'll put it back. Is there room back here? We'll see how it does. Okay. Alrighty, so now over here, typically the back panels, you know, for the 3 10 cms are gonna have to go on top because I need the side pieces to go on the side because I have the drawer. So I think for now, because I just don't want to get it going too big. Well, you know, with this one, it's actually going to line up rather nicely because I'll have both the side walls. See, now I need to think about this because if I have the side wall on top, this on top, this side piece over here is also going to have to be on top. Because if I put it on the side, it's going to cause a height difference. It's going to be off by that much. And I don't want that because that's going to make my lid all messed up. So this is why it's always important to measure and see exactly what you're doing. So we can get all of this to be cohesive. So put this on top, kind of move that over a little bit, and then we'll have this one on top here. And then the other ones I'm putting down here will also be on top. And then over here, everything is going to be on the side. I mean, I could do the top if I wanted to, and then the drawer would just kind of go over a little bit more to like probably here. Cut into this area a little bit. I mean, I could do that, but we'll see when we get to that part. Okay, now let's see which ones I want to do. Okay, I'm going to kind of pick out which ones I want to put on here and then get them glued on. All right, just a quick check-in. this is what I've done so far. I had to make sure that everything sat well, nice on top of everything, and so far it's working okay. And I can actually lean these on the side, and then I'll have the other one over here. I'm gonna just lean it. So that'll look good there, and then let me get the drawer. And then the drawer over here. Cubby's back here. Oh my gosh, I really hope it comes together okay. I'm kind of freaking out a little bit. I've just been going back and forth on this drawer. I was like, or this cubby thing, because I'm like, should I let it be the 10 cm? Should I lower it down to just doing the 5s? But then I keep thinking, oh my god, there's like so much stuff you can throw in here, like concealer, foundation, blush, contour, like beauty blenders, you know, so much stuff can fit in there, so I think that'll be a nice addition. So yeah, it's coming. It's just a weird design. I think it'll come together though once I'm all done. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna get this dried on here before I start peeling off any more film to add more stuff on. Okay, so now that this is dried a little bit, I'm going to get the other 2 panels added so I have a secure back panel. So let's get those added really quick. And I think I'm going to do, well, this one's going to be the side drawer. I wanted some really cool ones in the background. I'm kind of digging this one. And then I think I'm going to do, I really like this one too. So I'm going to do those 2 in the background really quick. I also wanted to say that I decided I'm putting the back panel design facing towards the box. Normally, we do it on the outside since, of course, it has a lid and everything. But this one, I'm going to have it face inwards so that way you can see it from the very front of the box. Okay, you might hear my dogs fighting in the background, but I think it's looking good now. Let me turn it around so you can see it. There we go so far. It's kind of big to fit all in the shot, but got these 2 added on. And I think what I'm going to do next, I'm going to get this panel added right here. And then I'm thinking for the side over here for the cubby area, I'm just thinking about all the measurements since things are on, you know, being glued on top versus the side. I'm definitely going to have to glue this panel, the side one on the side. Because I think if I glue it on top, it's going to make this one go inward more. Let's just see. Let me just get one here. Because if I glue this one here, which will also push the drawer over. Okay, so that one will sit about right there. And then this one will go inward more about right there. I mean, it's not off too much. The only thing that's going to be put off is the front over here. And I can just run the lid here to open up left to right versus, you know, back. So I could do that if I needed to. I mean, it's just like, you know, like a millimeter. So I'm going to get this one glued back here so that one can start drying also. Okay, I decided for the panel, I'm taking off both the front and the back film right now. And then I decided just so that way this one has more security on the box, I'm going to put up the panel right here for the cubby first. But I am going to double check the drawer measurement on how I want to do this because I know I'm going to have to use that 10 centimeter as a wall, but I think I'm going to have it on top regardless. Because when I do the side, it's also going to be on top, and I want to make sure it's the same height for when it creates the little shelf unit on top. So I'm going to hold up this panel, of course, so that way I can get this panel on the correct piece in the back, the area. It'll just be off by like a millimeter, if that. So it's not that big of a deal. The front part will then come on over it just like a little bit. It won't be too bad. You won't really notice it. But then the top part, I figured the lid is going to be the same level as this side anyways. And it'll sit flush on it perfectly. So that's what I'm going to do first really quick. And then I'll get this piece adhered back here as well. And then I'm just taking off the pieces I need so that way the film stays on as long as possible. Okay, so I changed my mind on the front panel because I forgot I wanted to make the little cubbies back here. In order for that to work, I need the room for the 5 centimeters to fit down in here. So I made a boo-boo, glued it too far back like I was originally going to do, so that way the drawer didn't hang up off the edge at all. But the drawer's just going to have to hang up over the edge. I mean, that's usually what it does anyways, but you know, whatever. So I'm going to have to kind of let the glue dry that I got a little bit on the bottom here, and then I'm going to have to come in and take it off. So it is what it is. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. It's just, it does suck when you're doing clear designs like this and then you're trying to correct a mistake. It just, it's a lot harder. But it's alright. I really want to make sure that these cubbies are on here, so it'll be okay. It's not too much glue, and with everything going around this area, and I'm going to have the front panel right in front of it anyways, you're not even going to really be able to know it's there. So it'll be alright. But so far, it's actually coming together really good. I'm really happy with it. Okay, so I'm going to get 2 more glued on here because I want 3 compartments over here, and then I'll get the other panel put on. Okay, so real quick, I took these pieces off because my tweezers have been through the ringer, and they've been bent, and it's just not scraping as I would like it to, and it's causing more scratches on part of it, and I'm not going to have that with this being a clear design. So I'm just going to really quickly glue these pieces back on, and then I was able to get the wall part on the back peeled off, and I can just still remove the glue off the sides, and I can just get these back on. So those are okay. I just do not, I mean, even though I have that front panel going in the front of it, it is still visible when you look down in and you see those scratches. And that's not what I want on this box, especially with it being a design that I've been really wanting to put on here. Let me actually, I was really trying to save some of these 10 cms so I didn't use them all, but it's not going to work. I think, I don't know if you can even see it, but like right here, those scratches, I mean, it was getting pretty bad. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get that finished really quick so I can get the base put back on. Alright, so I got the pieces on, and then I put all of the little dividers in, got that panel going. I'm really glad I just switched out the bottom 3 pieces. It was so much better than trying to scrape all that glue off, and I just didn't want you to be able to look in and see scratches everywhere, so glad I did it. I did notice that I used the same character right here. I'm going to leave it though, because this one is glued to this panel and the bottom one, and I don't want to rip it off, but the drawer is going to be sitting here anyways, so it should cover it up and it won't bug me as much, but I am a little frustrated that I did that. I really try to keep different characters, but it's okay. So anyways, the drawer, I need to put a knob on here. So the drawer is going to sit right here. It's really starting to come together and I'm loving it. I think the next piece I'm going to put on is the front part of this cubby right here. And then I'll do a lid, and I'm just going to have it open from like left to right because Well, I could maybe go backwards. We'll see how everything lines up, but I think this one will look good here. And then I think what I'm going to do, because I had to put a 10 centimeter there, because I need to do 1, 2 over here. I need stuff over here to support the shelf that goes kind of over the drawer. So I'm going to just put some of my 5 centimeters together and get a couple 10 centimeters done. But it's coming together and it's almost done. Oh my goodness, it's always when I really want something to turn out good and I don't have too many spare acrylics that stuff kind of goes wrong. But I kind of got it fixed. So basically what I'm doing, I'm technically only going to have, I think, the 1 10 centimeter that got scratched from the beginning, like right in here. That's still glue. Oh, it's right here. And then I'll have 2 5 centimeters left from this, because the 2 5 centimeters that were on the bottom that I had to tear off from the beginning, I was able to scrape enough, you know, the glue off. And yes, there are a little bit of scratches towards the bottom, but here, look, there is still drying. So like there's scratches like on the bottom part right here, just a little bit. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use those 2 pieces and I'm going to glue behind the drawer, because the top part of the drawer, I really want it to sit on top of the 2 pieces, you know, to kind of get some more stability. So this is what I've gotten done. I made the 10 centimeter panels out of the 5s on the side. I gotta get the lid on here with the hinge. I got, of course, all these cubicles are dry. So basically what I'm gonna do, and then obviously these 2 pieces are for the side part right here for this side. And then I was thinking about, when I take apart the 10 centimeter that I glued with the 5s, I was thinking about kind of like, I don't know, maybe making something right here. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But this piece goes on the side of the drawer, okay? Now, the 2 pieces that I'm salvaging are basically going on top of this cube right here. So that way, when I do this piece, let me move this, I bring it in like this. So it's going to cover it up and give this like another little shelf area, and it'll still reach to this side to kind of sandwich it in. And then it'll have just a little gap where the drawer is underneath. So that should work okay. So that's those 2 pieces, and then this 10 centimeter is going to be the lid on the cubby over here. And then I got the other 2 pieces that are coming on the side, so that counts for all of this. And then this is what I have left. So out of all of the acrylics I had, the only one that is bad is this one. That's it. I'm kind of really impressed. So, yay. It's coming together. But I was thinking, I don't know. I'm really torn. I don't know if I should just add the side panel and call it good, or if I should do another side over here, and or even up here or something to have more room for like lipsticks or whatever, because I could close this off and put one over here. I mean, it would be a tight fit, but, well, it might not fit all the way, actually. I mean, I could take one off and put just like one over here, you know? Like that. maybe for lipsticks or something, and then I could have the other two running this way. Leave this part open, maybe. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of dealing with, but I just wanted to show you guys how far it's come. Everything has been glued on top of the bottom acrylic, like I was saying in the beginning. It's kind of a little bit different from what I do, but I did have enough room on the bottom, you know, to kind of move the drawer over a little bit so it had more room to go in and out. So yeah, I think it's come together pretty well. I'm going to put a knob and a hinge on here. I think I'm going to put the hinge this way, put the knob over here so that way it can come this way. I mean, I could do it normally and just kind of go up and down. That might actually work a little bit better. So yeah, yay, it's exciting. I love this design so much. But yeah, I'll show you guys when it's all done, because now I'm going to glue in this little sidewall right here. Start getting that shelf on. Well, wish me luck. I'm using B7000 on the rest because I ran out of glue and my precision tip finally. But my tip that I normally do on my E6000, it's not wanting to expand, I guess you could say. I usually put it on the tip and then I have to move it around and kind of wedge it in there because it's a little bit, you know, too small for it. So that's why I had my tip on there, you know, for the longest time, but it just got so bad, so I had to take it off. So now I'm really scared to use E6000. I mean B7000, sorry. Because I've never done it before on boxes. This one says it's for, well, multi-purpose, but I bought it for like rhinestones and jewelry, but I mean it's B7000. But it just may take longer than normal to dry, but I'm really scared to use it on this shelf. Like, I really need it to be secure. So what I'm going to do for right now, I'm at least going to get the knob and the hinge on and put the knob on the dang drawer and see how that goes, because I'm just not having a good time right now with the glue. I'm like really scared to use it, even though I know a lot of people do, but I just prefer E6000, and I think it adheres a lot better than B7000, but I guess we'll see. I just want to finish it. I'm so close to finishing this box. It's gonna drive me crazy if I don't finish it tonight. It's like already 2:30 in the morning. But tomorrow it's like New Year's Eve, so happy New Year's. Did I take the film off here? I don't think I did. I don't know. I don't remember at this point. Ooh, I did. Please tell me I took it off the back. I'm gonna die if I didn't. Oh, is that just glue? Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh, cheese and rice. Somebody just come over here and finish my box for me, please. See, watch. Oh, gosh darn it. Okay, it's alright. It's okay, it's alright. It happens, right? I mean, what else do you expect when you're making a box at like 2 o'clock in the morning, you know? Like, You're bound to have mistakes. At least the film was still on, you know. There's going to be no scratches to it, so I'm really happy for that. I'm just so nervous about this glue. But it's okay. You never know, it might actually work really well, and then I'll be like super happy because I really like the tip that comes on the B7000. You don't have to add anything to it. It just naturally comes with a tip. Alright. It's just when I was using it the last time, I think I was like rhinestoning. And it was before I got my Crystal Fusion, which Crystal Fusion is the bomb. And I was using it, and it just seemed a little bit more thinner than E6000. Like E6000 is like the granddaddy of glue. And for me to even prefer that over Gorilla Glue is huge because I love Gorilla Glue. But the Gorilla Glue that they have that works like E6000, it just wasn't working for me at all. It could have been because I didn't have a good tip for it, maybe. I don't know. I might try it again because I still have a bottle that I, of course, didn't finish. Okay. I think I got enough glue scraped off. Alright. Let's see how this goes. Oh, God. Please work, please work, please work. Just like filling the bottle, you know? Like, it just feels more squishier. I don't know. Do you guys use B7000 over E6000? Like everybody, of course, I see doing videos in China, they have just B7000 and then they use super glue, but if they use it, I should be fine. I just want to make sure nothing falls off. Okay. I just love this tip so much. Like, it's amazing. It works just like the precision tip on the E6000, except for the lid on the B7000 has a little thing, like a little metal thing to stick it in, you know, so that way, whew, that smells way more worse than E6000. Oh my God. Whoo! That way it doesn't like dry up. Oh, man. That is strong. My goodness. Dude, I just got my nails done 2 days ago. I'm trying to be really careful and not get glue all over them. It's a little hard, but so far I think I've done pretty good. Oh my God, that would give me a headache if I had to use that a lot. Good to know. Oh gosh, here we go. Okay. Okay. I feel like it spreads a little bit more, like I saw glue kind of spew out the side here. I mean, that's alright. I still got my film on the sides at least. Dang. I cannot get over the smell. Okay, now I'm going to put the knob on. Okay. Try not to touch it because I got a little bit of glue on my fingers. Okay. Alright, let's see how this works on here. So one thing I do like about the B7000 is like the glue's not like forcing itself out so fast like the E6000 does. That is the one thing I really am liking a lot, because normally I have to like go really fast or have a lot of excess glue to scrape off. Okay. Alright. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. This might be changing my opinion. Okay, now I'm going to try to get the lid on there with a knob and see how that works. Okay, so I did make a couple of changes from what I originally did for the box, and it's just because once I started to kind of test everything after it dried, it just wasn't working how I wanted it to work. So first off, I should have left the piece that I had under the shelf, in between the drawer and the shelf, until it was more dry. Because since I took it out, some of it started to slant, and it's because since I used that B7000, this glue is a lot more liquidy. Not too liquidy, but it's more thinner than E6000. This, once you put it on, it's more thick, so it actually holds the acrylic, you know, where you put it. So I had to kind of redo that part. So I had to re-glue this shelf on, re-glue the side on. I did notice, so I put my makeup brushes in back here, and having just the one wall down here, it was making it kind of lean a little bit. So I did put another one on here. I cannot fit one right here. So I just wanted a couple of spots where it was higher, you know, where the makeup brushes don't fall around too much, is what I did. Last thing was the lid. Originally, I had put one hinge in the middle, and it just wasn't working well. So I decided to do two. I was able to get the glue off okay, so that was good. But I really like having the two on here. It does move around a lot better than it was before. So yeah, that's basically what I've changed. But other than that, everything else is working just fine on it. So I'm really, really happy with this little, makeup vanity organizer thing. Or you could even use it as like a desk organizer if you want to, because pens and pencils, even scissors would go okay back here. You could put post-it notes like right here, other stuff that you use, you know. So yeah, I just wanted to show you the changes I made just so you guys can see what I did. All right, Happy New Year. Bye.